a sister.
Chicanery? Gee!
Somebody go get Steve Roberts out the floor. He's laying in the floor laughing.
Listen, Dennis, I'm going to go back to something.
I want to go to chicanery.
First of the year, Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay. We're finding out why y'all hadn't been in control in Raleigh in 150 years.
Oh, God.
Let's don't go there.
Hey.
Let's don't go there. I don't want to get in a fight here.
No.
Don't go there.
I only fight politically with that other guy.
Westmoreland.
Yeah. And we had a football question today. If you're watching C19 this week, they asked me about the Redskins, and I said, look, I don't talk politics on my football show.
There you go.
And now you want me to talk football on my politics show. You got to draw the line somewhere.
Dennis knows I'm kidding. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Davis.
Dan is my agent, by the way.
Excuse me,
He got
Senator
me this
Davis.
gig.
Oh, okay.
Senator.
If it wasn't for
Senator
Dan
Davis.
Greer, folks, I wouldn't be on the radio. So send those cards
Dan's
and letters to
doing
Dan
blame.
Greer.
So we can blame Dan. Okay.
Don't put that blame on me.
Come on, Dan. Admit it, man.
Steve's about to have a stroke in here, Dan. We have to go check on him.
Dakota, get him
He's
another.
about to fall out.
Get Steve another Depends. I think he's soaked that one.
Hey, listen.
General
I wish
City.
Press good luck next week. I wish the Bulldogs good luck next week.
Be a good one.
I wish all our teams good luck next week.
There you go.
I'm just looking for a good game.
But we know in the end,
Yeah.
the winner of the game
Yeah.
will have more points.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan.
It's
Place is out of
Y'all have a
control.
good week.
Appreciate
a
it.
philosophy
Thank you.
like that's why you listen to this show, folks.
There you
Dan
go.
Greer.
Hey,
I can
that-
see him now on Mount
put it
Rushmore.
on the line.
The team
There you go.
that has the
No,
most
Crowder's
points.
Mountain.
Oh, Crowder's
Crowder's
Mountain.
Mountain.
The team that I can see it now. A statue of Dan Greer.
Oh, Crowder's Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facing Shelby, though.
That was, yeah. Steve, we're going to take a little
We're gonna
break
take a
here and
break.
sell
We
some
need
stuff.
to, Steve. Go
We'll
ahead.
be back shortly with the Marburger postgame show. This gets crazier.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. Those are the powerhouse of vehicles you'll find at Marburger in Shelby. Plus quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And of course, a service department that is second to no one. So when you're in need of another vehicle, see the friendly staff at Marburger. Marburger, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Proud supporters of our local school athletic teams.
Your sports leader is Big O Country, 1390 AM WHS in Shelby, 1590 AM WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 1050 AM WLO in Lincoln, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com. 100 years of anything means a lot. And at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, you'll find over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. So they must be doing something right. If you're in the market for a new bike, trike, or four-wheeler, or an ATV, see the folks that you can depend on for sales, service, and parts. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, with over 100 years of combined motorcycle experience. Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Baseball players rely on lots of coaches. First base, third base, pitching, and catching. But when it comes to insurance, you only need one coach, an Allstate agent. They'll help you with your insurance game plan. Plus, Allstate agents can bundle your coverage for your car, apartment, boat, motorcycle, and more. So you've got all your bases covered. Are you in good hands?
Your local Allstate agency is the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance Agency, 404 Cherryville Road, across from the YMCA in Shelby. Call 704-484-3463.
Where are you eating breakfast today? Have you tried the Hub Cafe located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy? The Hub opens at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. on Saturday, serving an old-fashioned country breakfast at affordable prices. You'll find homemade biscuits, bacon, country sausage, country ham, liver mush, eggs, omelets, all cooked to order on the grill. Call 487-0511 or come on into the Hub Cafe for a delicious country breakfast located inside Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street, Shelby.
And now, out of the Southern Piedmont 1A Conference, it was Community School of Davison running their conference record to 2-1 with a 42-6 win over Highland Tech. Cherylville runs their conference record to 2-1 with a 23-6 win over Pine Lake Prep. Bessemer City stays on top at 3-0 with a 40-21 win over Thomas Jefferson. In the Southern District 7, East Lincoln had no trouble with West Caldwell, 68-7. Bunker Hill goes over to Bandy's and pulls off a big win, 34-6 over Bandy's. Bunker Hill 5-4 on the year. Lincoln defeats Newton Conover 30-7. Lincoln 6-3 on the year. And Maiden, the number 8 ranked 2A team in the state, defeats West Lincoln 17-3. In the SMAC conference, it was Burns going to 9-0 as they defeat Drone 52-15. Crest goes to 8-1 on the year with a 35-14 win over East Rutherford. Chase goes to 5-4 on the year with a 40-28 win over Kings Mountain, and RS Central evens their record up at 4-4 with a 35-6 win over East Burke. In the Big South 2A, 3A, South Point had no trouble with Lake Norman Charter. South Point 10-0 on the year with a 55-0 win over Lake Norman Charter. Ashbrook defeats Forest View 34-31. It was East Gaston over North Gaston 28-27. In the North Piedmont 3A, 4A, it was Mooresville. Hal Caps wins number 200 as they defeat West Iredale 56-0. Lake Norman over North Lincoln tonight, 34-14. South Iredale trying to keep pace goes to 8-1 on the year with a 34-7 win over Alexander Central. Statesville defeats North Iredale 35-21. In the Northwestern 3A, 4A, these two teams had met 6 times before, and it was always season opener, but now it's week 10 of high school football, and Freedom and High Brighton meet for the conference lead in this division, and Freedom comes out on top 42-35 over High Brighton. Watauga defeats Patton 24-20. Hickory no trouble with Fred T. Ford 47-0, and South Caldwell no trouble with St. Stephen's 44-0. And now back to the guys in the studio.
Your sports leader is Big O Country, 1390 AM WHS in Shelby, 1590 AM WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 1050 AM WLON Lincoln, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Marburger Postgame Show. I'm Dennis Davis along with
Louis Carpenter, I think.
And the ghost of Tom Sinofani passed. All right, Steve.
Oh, is he passed?
He's no longer with us.
Oh, he's passed. Okay.
You know, you can see him, but now you can't hear him.
He's off up the country on some kind of
sabbatical. Yeah.
Sabbatical, yes. That's better than chicanery.
Well, come on.
I like that
Mama
word,
bought me
but
a thesaurus, and what do you expect me to do with it?
Oh, I don't know, but
You
I
know,
like chicanery.
Anyway.
Woo, that's pretty good.
I have a plethora of those.
I was afraid of that.
That's why these people listen to this show, Louis. It's because of the high intellectual content of what we discuss here.
I don't think that's the reason, but
Steve
we got a caller. Who we got?
Take it away, Louis.
Who we got?
This is Coach Boone, Bessemer City High School.
Well, thank you, Larry Boone. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Mr. Partner. How are you?
Oh, doing great. You got a big win tonight. Cedric set a school record. Way to go.
Yes, it was a big win for us, and Cedric breaking. I think he broke Shane Whitlock's record.
That's what Brian said. He texted me a while ago and said he broke Shane's record.
Yep, we played well. We jumped on them early and kind of sputtered a little bit the second half. Had a couple penalties down there and getting ready to score. Kind of put us out of the. Just don't have a big play for 3rd down and 20.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But we scored it when it counted at the end.
That's good. And you held them down too, and that's good.
Yeah, that number 14, the quarterback, was good. We kept him intact, and number 7 he had a bunch of yards receiving this year, and we held him. We had 3 interceptions tonight.
Oh, great!
Had a fumble. We actually punted one time to him, and they fumbled it away, got it down there. So
that's
our kids
good.
played real well. They're starting to believe in themselves. And
well, you on that?
you know,
You on a 3-0 conference run, and that's a good way to be. That's a good thing to be. Is 3-0 in the conference.
Yep, 3-0. That's right where we want to be. You know, so
Yep.
we'll get ready for Highland Tech next week.
Yep.
and
Got them.
move on
You got
after
them at
that.
Highland, I believe, don't you?
Yes,
Coach.
sir. We go to Highland Tech.
Yeah.
Coach, would you like me to share with you the play I always called on 3rd and 20? Our Father, which art in heaven.
Yeah.
Now that'll work.
It worked most of the time.
That'll work. Yeah. That's pretty good. Say you got Highland next, and this is a conference game this time, right?
Yes, sir.
The first
it
one
is
was
a conference.
non-conference, right?
Yeah, we.
And then you
we
got
played
Cherville
one
at
that
home
was
for the
fun.
last game of the season. That ought to be a good one too.
You know, every time Cherville and Bessel meets,
Woo. Tell me
it's going
about
to be
it.
a ball game.
Tell me about it. Always is. Always has been, and always will be. I expect.
Yes, sir.
Because that's just a big rivalry. That's just the way it is. Larry, we appreciate you calling, and congratulations on you 3-0 in the conference, and just keep on winning, son. It's getting playoff time. It's time to be winning.
Yes, sir. These kids are playing hard. I think they're peaking at the right time, and
I
that's
hope
what
so.
you want to do as
Yes,
you're
sir.
heading into the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Coach, we appreciate you calling in. And as a matter of fact, we got another caller. So call us
Yep.
back next week and let us know how that Cherville game comes out.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Y'all. Good night.
Give us a call, Larry. We'll talk to you later, bud.
All right, Lewis,
Bye-bye.
take it away.
Yes, sir.
Who we got?
This is Coach Will Borkus with the City Park Falcons.
Oh, Will, what's going on, my man?
How you doing, Coach? I just want to call in and tell the ghost of Set a Funny Pass that his blood should be green next week.
Hey, Will,
I remember him in a green jersey.
Will, if you weren't over at the Crest game next week and the week after over at Shelby for the Crest Shelby game, I'd invite you to come over and renew your internship with us, since Dakota Whiston is going to be our producer-director for the next couple of weeks, and Kevin's going to be doing the Burns games. So if you're not doing anything next couple of weeks, Will, come on over and we'll put you back to work, my man.
Hey, I'll be there. Not a problem.
Yeah, we
I'll
over
be
in
there. It's not a problem at all.
We're over in Cherville now, so come on over to Cherville, and we'll put you to work over here.
I don't know doing
Coach, I
what,
just want to
but
let y'all know
anyhow.
we are undefeated this year, by the way.
Oh, undefeated.
So,
I know you're going to
undefeated,
attribute.
number one in the city, and probably got the number one Pee Wee team in the county.
By the way, Will, I this is an aside, Lewis. Pardon me.
All right.
I just noticed that picture on Facebook this week. Will, you do look like your daddy. You don't look like your mama.
Yeah, I've got that a lot this week on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah.
I do look
Come
like
on.
my daddy.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but you do look like your daddy. All right, moving
Sorry.
right along, Will. What's your prediction on the Burns Crest game next week?
If the ground game is as good as it's been, Burns don't have a chance with Chris next week.
Hey, call Keith and let him know how you feel about that.
Yeah, Keith really needs. You need to watch how he talk about them pound puppies,
I think
because
we're gonna-
they just barely walked away with a win last week, and they didn't really win it. Shelby gave it to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're going to retract Keith's diploma and send him a Burns diploma in exchange for that Crest.
There you go.
Yeah, tell Mr. Setterfunny his pound puppies are going to play the U next week.
Well, I
know,
tell you
when
what.
you come to Crest University, expect different things.
Oh my goodness.
Spoken like a true Charger, Will. and Lewis, the talk will fly this
Oh,
week.
I guarantee you, it's just starting.
All right.
Keith, we
Coach,
thank you
we'll
for
see y'all.
calling,
Look
bud.
forward to see you next week.
Yeah,
All right,
thank
my
you.
man.
Bye-bye.
Will.
All right, who we got? Nobody.
Well, Lewis, what's on your mind?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what's on my mind. I got the standings for
Go right ahead.
Yes, I do. This is the AP poll for this week, and since we don't have anybody in 4A around here, I'll just skip
We just
that.
skipped 4A.
We got Class 3A, number 1 Havelock. That's down on the coast.
Oh, that's good team.
South Point at Belmont's number 2.
Yeah.
Northern Guilford's number 3. Lawndale Burns is number 4. Asheville Irving is number 5. Asheville Irving number 5. Concord number 6. Orange County number 7. That's Chapel Hill.
Who's
isn't it?
number 8, Lewis?
Shelby Crest.
Shelby Crest. Come on, Lewis.
Notice that Burns is up there at 4.
No.
Crest
It's not
is at
Shelby
8.
Crest. It's Boiling Springs Crest.
They say Shelby Crest.
Call the
They say
AP
Shelby.
and tell them we don't want nothing to do with Shelby.
Well, but anyhow, it's Shelby Crest. And South Idle's number 9, and Weddington's number 10. In the 2A, North Rowan is number 1. East Lincoln is number 2. Although with the forfeits, that might change a little bit. Franklin is number 3. Winston-Salem Carver's number 4. Reedsville at number 5. High Point Andrews at 6. Northeastern at 7. Maiden at 8. That's for you, Butch Parker. Maiden's in at number 8. And 9, Monroe. And 10, South Columbus. And we don't have any, 1A, none of our local teams are. Closest team is ranked is Swain County.
We do have a caller, Lewis.
Caller! Who we got?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Great. We're having a little fun tonight. I hope you've been listening.
Yes, I have. This is Keith again.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, Keith, your diploma's in the mail. Will Boykin said tell you he'll see you at the game.
Okay, I was listening to the last caller. He's talking about the run game.
Yeah, that's Will.
The last I looked, it was in the paper today. We have the best defense.
Now, Keith, you're not going to believe this.
I don't look at stats too much, but I kind of like our chances against the run.
I have got the stats, Keith. I'm glad you called in. Here, on total defense per game, Burns, 92.6 yards. That's all y'all got. Y'all stingy bunch of Bulldogs up there. Now, on the passing, y'all are allowing 131. Don't worry about that because Crest can't throw the ball no way. You're giving up a total of 224 yards and only 13.4 points. Now, Keith, here's why you're going to make your argument. Crest is giving up 168 yards. They're allowing 123.5 yards passing. They're giving up 291.8 yards total, and they're allowing 18.6. So if we stop right now, you guys are about 5.2 points ahead of Crest.
Did you understand any of that?
It don't make no sense.
That sounded like chicanery to me.
We're going to have a slobber knocker next week. You can leave all that stuff out.
That sounded like chicanery to me. I don't know.
The last I looked, football is a game of 4 quarters.
There you go.
Not 2.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Not 1.5.
No, listen, it ought to be a good one. I can tell you that.
Explain that to Shelby, would you?
There you go. Thank you for calling, bud. We got to take a break and sell some stuff.
All right, Keith.
All right, we'll be right back with the Marburger post-game show.
All right.
Marburger every year is Jesse Biden.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. Those are the powerhouse of vehicles you'll find at Marburger in Shelby. Plus quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And of course, a service department that is second to no one. So when you're in need of another vehicle, see the friendly staff at Marburger. Marburger, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Proud supporters of our local school athletic teams.
At McKinney Salinas Power Sports, service is a top priority. Their fully trained staff all ride the products they offer to ensure that you get the best service possible. They have an 18,000 square foot facility filled with a huge selection of motorcycles, four-wheelers, jet skis, and more. On the water, street, or off-road, they do it all. McKinney Salinas Power Sports is your officially licensed Suzuki, Honda, and Kawasaki dealer. 4804 Wilkinson Boulevard. Call 704-824-2787 or online at mscycles.com.
Here's a special money-saving message from Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs. If you use petroleum products, you should consider a generic brand. Major brands charge premium rates covering national advertising and promotions. Good generic brand packages their own products and meets manufacturer specifications, and they can sell at a lower price because of lower overhead. Our generic brands include Wolfhead, Coastal, AutoGuard, and Lubriguard. Buy these brands and you cut your costs. See Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive, Patterson Springs.
The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Now is the time to hurry into S&R Auto Sales in Shelby for great fall savings. And down payments start as little as $699. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for their selection or visit their website at srautosales.com. And be sure to play their sports trivia question of the week. The leaves are falling, and so are the prices at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby, your buy here, pay here headquarters, and the home of the satisfied customer.
The pre-holiday sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Gastonia. Hey, you can even lay away for Christmas. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper. Check out the great deals from the 2013 Yamaha Star to the 2013 Polaris Ranger 500 Crew. Ask about special financing available. Apply today, ride today. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit. Come on in and see what Full Throttle Power Sports can do for you. Full Throttle Power Sports, exit 22 off I-85 in Gastonia.
And now, scores from around the area. In Mallard Creek, the number 1 4A team in the state goes to 9-0, 5-0 on the year with a 49-7 win over A.L. Brown. Butler bounces back as they defeat Porter Ridge tonight 55-6. It was Independence over Myers Park 49-7. It was Asheville Reynolds defeating McDowell 66-13. It was Dutch Fork out of South Carolina and Tommy Knox defeating White Knoll 62-14. It was Charlotte Latin pulling off a big upset tonight as they defeat Davison Day 23-22. Now, in the Southern Piedmont 1A Conference, it was Community School of Davison over Highland Tech 42-6, Cherryville over Pine Lake Prep 23-6, and Bessemer City over Thomas Jefferson 40-21. In the Southern District 7, East Lincoln defeated West Caldwell 68-7, Bunker Hill over Bandy's 34-6, Lincoln over Newton Conover 30-7, and Maiden over West Lincoln 17-3. In the SMAC Conference, it was Burns over Drawn 52-15. It was Crest over East Rutherford 35-14. Chase defeated Kings Mountain 40-28, and RS Central over East Burke 35-6. In the Big South 2A, 3A, it was South Point 55, Lake Norman Charter 0, Ashbrook 34, Forest View 31, and East Gaston over North Gaston 28-27. In the North Piedmont 3A, 4A, it was Mooresville over West Iredale 56-0. Lake Norman defeated North Lincoln 34-14. South Iredale 34, Alexander Central 7, and Statesville over North Iredale 35-21. And in the Northwestern 3A, 4A, it was South Caldwell, no trouble with St. Stephen's 44-0. Hickory blows out Fred T. Ford 47-0. Watauga defeats Patton 24-20. And the showdown in the league, it was Freedom defeating High Brighton 42-35. And now back to the guys in the studio.
Your sports leader is Big O Country, 1390 AM WOHS in Shelby, 1590 AM WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 1050 AM WLON Lincoln, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
That's what I did.
And welcome back to the Marburger Postgame Show. I'm Dennis Davis.
And I'm Lewis Carpenter, I think.
And the dearly departed Tom Sinafani has gone to that final great educational experience in the sky.
We've got a caller. Hello, caller. Hello.
Lewis Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
This is the mayor of Mountain Creek on Lake Norman.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Hey, we got politicians calling in there.
Who is this, Mayor?
Well, let's see. You visited my house here one day a long time ago, and I think I used to coach with you at Bessemer City High School.
Oh, I ought to recognize this voice. Golly, I can't recognize
Is
this
that
voice.
Terry?
Who? No, Lewis. This is Bill Linhart.
Oh, Coach.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you got a cold like I have. I didn't recognize your voice.
No. I don't have a cold. I just sitting around here. I've been outside picking peppers tonight. I thought there were going to be a little bit of a
pack of peppers.
Of a frost in the morning. I better get those things picked.
Right.
I was listening. I enjoy your show. It's awfully good to hear you guys on the computer here tonight.
Okay.
I listened to Lincoln play Newton Conover tonight.
Right.
And
I watched that game. That was a good ball game. Well, good ball game till the end, and then Lincoln pulled away.
Well, I just wanted to tell you, Graham Willis, the kicker, is my niece's son.
Whoa, hello. He's a freshman,
he's just
too.
a freshman.
Oh, hey, and he's going to be tough. He's just a freshman, and he kicked 2 good field goals tonight.
All right.
Oh, both of them over 30 yards, wasn't they, Bill?
I think both of them. I think there were 2. What, he kicked 3 tonight, I believe?
I believe it was, and I believe 2 of them over 30 yards. That's pretty good for a high school freshman.
Yeah.
You been teaching him, have you, Bill?
No, I sure haven't. I guess his dad's done a little good. And, of course, his brother, caught.
That's
he
exactly
kicked there
right.
last
He
year.
kicked there
he
last
kicked 3 years before that, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Well, he sure did a good job tonight. I can tell you that. He popped
Well,
that thing right
I
through there.
wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed watching your show tonight. And
I appreciate it. We enjoy doing it.
I'm doing a little traveling now with Graham's dad. We do a few hardware shows up and down the coast. And
all right.
Every now and then, but it is good to hear from you. Good to see you.
Well, hey, it's good to hear from you, Bill. And gosh, call in here again. We love to hear from you.
I do it, and I want to tell Larry Boone congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Big win tonight.
Good job. Larry called in a while ago.
Yeah, I know it. I heard him.
Well, did you hear Butch call and get on me?
Oh yeah, Butch. I'll probably see Butch in the morning up around the antique store. That's where me and the Queen, you know how that is.
I
We'll probably head
understand.
up that way tomorrow.
Are you going antiquing tomorrow?
I understand.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
The things
Good
a man will do for
I'll
a
let
woman.
you go.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate your call, buddy.
Yes, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
That's
Oh, like Bill
there's another
Lidmar.
one
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah.
We got them coming out of the woodwork.
Bessemer
here
City wins, and we get calls from
Hey,
everybody.
listen.
I mean,
Bill and I coached together down at Bessemer City for a long time. He coached the boys, and I coached the girls.
I'm having a senior moment. The guy that used to work at Bessemer City, Terry, that's an official that used to call us.
Yeah, now I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name either.
Don't feel so bad. I went to college with him.
Terry.
Yeah.
No, what is Terry's name? Terry, if you're listening, call us.
Not Terry Perkins, Terry's.
Something
Yeah.
P,
Yeah. Oh, we got a caller.
Got a caller. Who we
That's
got?
Probably Terry.
This is Jeff, and I covered the Ashbrook Fortune game.
Go right ahead.
Hey, talk to us about Forest View.
That was a surprise, was it not?
Well, I'm telling you what, it was a sloppy game.
Well, it was a surprise to me. I thought Forest View would win that thing handily, and then they didn't.
Nope. Of course, didn't help that they had 3 turnovers, and of course, Ashbrook had 3 turnovers too. And the Ashbrook coach said it best. They were fortunate enough to make one more play than Forsyth did.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, the Cliff Notes version of this game is 43 seconds. If you can, go through that last minute, 43 or whatever it was, and tell us how that sort of played out and what really happened there.
Well, Forsyth, drove, down the field. I mean, Logan, was pretty much dead on his passes, and the biggest play was when he hit Mo Neal, and Mo Neal went down the sidelines all the way to the 11-yard line, and from there on, Logan was sacked twice near the goal line, and he basically on some of those plays had no time to
pass protection
make
breaking
the play.
down.
I mean, the Ashbrook defense was kind of like in his grill.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then they settled for a field goal, and I don't know if that was tipped or not, but it was well short, and Ashbrook ended up winning the game on that.
Well, that score surprised me. It really did, because everybody picked Forest View, or at least I thought. I noticed Richard Walker picked Ashbrook.
Yeah.
In the paper today, but Phil Gardner and Gabe Wisnett both picked Forest View, and that's who I thought would win too.
Yeah, especially with your aerial attack. I thought you guys could throw the ball on Ashbrook.
Right.
I knew you probably would have trouble running the ball on them. They're pretty tough on the run, but like I said, when it was we were here in the studio listening to that last little bit, and I thought, sure, you guys were going into overtime, but like you said, somebody got a hand on it. The ball came up a little short, and Ashbrook wins. So that's a tough way to lose, man.
And think both teams, had momentum on their side throughout the game, and then would, fail to capitalize.
Right.
That was kind of the theme of the game.
That'll happen.
The team that had momentum,
Right.
just failed to pull away. I mean, Ashbrook got no higher than 10 points over
Right.
Forsyth. I mean, Forsyth was able to cut their lead each time.
Right.
Similar to the South Point game last week when South Point would be up by 3 scores and Forsyth cut it to 2. But the difference is this game was just a tad bit closer but a little bit more sloppier.
Right.
Now, Jeff, who have you guys got next week?
Hunter Huss.
Well, that's not going to be an easy
No,
game
that
either,
won't
because
be
Hunter
easy
Huss
either.
is playing everybody tough right now.
Yep.
So, what's your give and take on that game?
Well, I mean, Huss has got a very talented running back and
Yes, sir.
Carry On Moore,
Yes, sir.
and very accurate quarterback. And Andrew Jordan is his last name.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Yeah.
And they got they're a very aggressive team. I've watched them play Vance, and they're not as bad as their record would indicate.
No.
I mean, they
You're
could
right.
easily
They're not.
have. Clearly the South Point game, they could have one more win
Yeah,
out of that.
they
but,
played South Point to the wire. That's exactly
Yeah, they
right.
gave the Red Raiders all they wanted
They
and
sure
then
did.
some.
But if I guarantee if Forsyth were to have a 3-turnover game against this Huss team next week, like South Point did,
Yeah.
they might be facing their 3rd straight loss.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be.
I mean, Hunter
interesting.
Huss cannot be taken lightly.
No, sure can't.
Well, I thought sure you guys could be a real factor in that division over there. If you didn't beat South Point, I thought surely this is at least the 2nd best team in that conference. Now, with this loss, where does that put you guys position-wise with the other teams as far as heading into the playoffs?
Well, Forsyth is 3rd behind Ashbrook, so they'll be the 3rd 3A team from the conference.
Right.
That's going to be a tough 3 seed for somebody to beat. I'll tell you that.
It is. Well, listen, Chief, we appreciate you calling, and call us again and talk to us about those Jaguars again next week.
You got it.
Thank you,
you.
sir. Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.
We got any more calls?
No call.
Well, I got something here. Let's
right.
do a little picking.
All right.
South Piedmont 1A. This is next week's ball game. Bessemer City
Okay.
at Highland.
Okay, we're going to do this early, so in case they want to listen to this.
You want to do it now, or you want to do something
that's
else?
fine. I was just going to do at some point.
Oh,
switch
do
it.
that. Do that first, and then we'll do this last.
Well,
Go ahead.
as Dan Greer tells me, this ain't worth a warm bucket of spit.
John Nance Garner said that about the vice presidency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I quote him often on that
There
too.
you go.
But I just want to sort of give people. And here's the deal, Lewis. You read the AP poll,
There you go.
and I'm going to read the Sweet 16.
There you go.
And then you got
Well, as
Calvin's
Dan Greer
power-
says, that's to sell papers, but
yeah,
we won't
and you
get
got
into
the
that.
power poll from
Yeah.
Calvin. And
There you go.
Don't say about anything about selling papers, but everybody's got a poll. It's sort of like belly buttons.
I guess. I'm
everybody's
glad
got-
you used that analogy. That was better.
We're
yeah.
on radio.
All right, go ahead. Yes, okay.
FCC
All right.
and all that
Little
stuff,
Sweet
right?
16. Here
I'm
we go.
smiling, Steve. I'm smiling. All right. Here's the Sweet 16, which ain't worth a warm bucket of
Some
spit.
more chicanery,
But there's-
Steve. I'm sorry, dude.
I try
I'm gonna play that
I try to
for-
raise the level of this broadcast.
I'm gonna play that for all it's worth.
I'm going back to the BBC. Fetch me some tea and crumpets, young
You
man.
go. Sweet 16.
Number 16, Lewis.
What?
After a resounding flop this week due to some technical difficulties with eligibility,
Yes.
East Lincoln, probably the best 4-4 team, now the best 5-4 team
There
in
you
the
go.
state
Yep.
at 16.
Yes.
Number 15, South Iredale. Number 14, Concord. Number 13, Rocky River. And Keith, guess who's number 12? Burns.
There you go.
Okay, and that's at Lawndale, not down in Duncan.
Okay.
Number 11, Charlotte Catholic. Number 10, Butler. Number 9, Rock Hill South Point. Remember, they lost their quarterback
Right.
due to a drug bust.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't know if he's made bail yet for this Friday night. But,
and he was a D1 prospect.
Oh, yeah. You talk about blowing some weed. He blew some bad weed.
Oh, yes.
Number 8, York.
Go ahead and finish up, and we got a caller right quick.
Yeah,
Go
number
ahead.
7, Charlotte Christian. Number 6, West Mecklenburg. And Will, number 5, Crest. Now, Lewis, my point in doing this whole thing.
I know that. It's to aggravate Will.
Keith.
And Keith, too.
Number 4, though, is Belmont South Point.
There you
Number
go.
3 is Huff. Number 2 is North Hill, Rock Hill Northwestern. And number 1, really the best team in the state, Mallard Creek.
Mallard Creek. We got a caller. Who we got? Hello?
Oh, yeah, you got me in.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to talk about them Bulldogs.
Go right ahead, man.
Talk to the Crest man about them Bulldogs. That'll work.
I tell you, them Bulldogs, they rolling right now, but, you know, we got a tough game next week.
I bulldogged it admitted, and I'm going to tell you, from the Chargers, they got a tough game next week too, man.
Yeah, we got a tough game next week. Chevy was a tough game. You know, I take my head off of them golden lions.
Oh, they did a great job, particularly in the first half against Burns. And had they had another minute, it might have been a different story. But the way it turned out, the Bulldogs came out on top, and you guys played great tonight. I'm just going to tell you. Drone is not as bad as their record, Lewis. They're big. They're pretty good. They had some tough runs and some passes on you guys, but by and large, the Bulldogs are balanced on offense, defense. You got good quarterback. You got a tricky running back. I noticed I said tricky there, Lewis, not chicanery.
Oh, okay.
And then on your defense, you got some big boys up front, Ramseur in those crowd, and the linebackers hit.
That's family.
Yeah, it's all good if you're a Bulldog right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
what I want to say though, them Crest Chargers, they pretty good. They did pretty good. They was.
You know, I don't want to brag on the
in
Chargers.
the first half, but, you know, they got together the second half. I guess the coach went in there and smacked all of them head.
Well, now, here's the deal. This is what we call a trap game. Some of these boys have probably looked at the schedule and seen that the Bulldogs are next week. And mentally, they're thinking about how they're going to stop that Bulldog running game, how they're going to stop that Bulldog passing game, and they're not concentrating on the thing that's right in front of them, was the East Cavaliers. And East has got some athletes. They're a pretty good athletic team. And don't tell Coach Barnes I told you this, but if you guys threw the ball, Crest is a little bit vulnerable on the pass. And
well,
I know
I know that. I know them Chargers is, but you know, we got two big old wide receivers, and they were. One of them is about 6'9", 6'10", the other one about 6'6", and you know they better watch out for that.
Yeah, he does. And I tell you what, we got a couple of pretty good little running backs, so you guys will have to watch out. Listen, I tell you what, man, call me next week and we'll carry on this conversation, and you can either tell me how bad I am, or we'll talk about how good the Bulldogs are.
But you know what, though, I tell you. It's a clean sweep, the Cleveland kind, because you know what, them Bulldogs is going to get it.
All right, whatever you think.
They're going to get it.
Talk to you next week.
Whoop everybody else, but you know, Chevy had them, but they had them. They thought they had them, but you know, we spotted them. We spotted them 14 points, but you know, they didn't want to do nothing with it, so we might as well just go ahead and take this game.
All right, listen, we got to take a break and sell some stuff here. Steve's giving us a signal here.
I'm going to call you next week.
Do that. We're going to take a short break.
Most definitely, because I'm a diehard Bulldog.
All right.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. Those are the powerhouse of vehicles you'll find at Marburger in Shelby. Plus quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And of course, a service department that is second to no one. So when you're in need of another vehicle, see the friendly staff at Marburger. Marburger, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Proud supporters of our local school athletic teams. Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory is Shelby's favorite locally owned family pizza restaurant. Come by and see why. Jam and Jay's features a pizza buffet and salad bar. Jam and Jay's has a fantastic game room. Call for information on birthday parties at 704-600-6182. And now Jam and Jay's has gluten-free pizza. Also on the menu is vegan cheese pizza. Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory, 1011 Grove Street, just off Highway 74 bypass east, behind the Golden Corral in Shelby. The leaves are falling, so it's a good time to see the good selection of Echo blowers at Shelby Hardware. The Echo PB500 backpack blower is on sale for just $299.99 after a $30 in-store rebate. And the Echo PB755S backpack blower is just $399.99 after a $40 in-store rebate. Your Echo dealer for Shelby and Cleveland County is Shelby Hardware, 506 South Lafayette Street in Shelby.
And now a final look at the Marburger postgame show finals. In the Southern Piedmont 1A, it was Community School of Davison over Highland Tech 42-6. Cherville over Pine Lake Prep 23-6, and Bessemer City over Thomas Jefferson 40-21. In the Southern District 7, it was East Lincoln 68, West Caldwell 7, Bunker Hill 34, Bandy 6, Lincoln 30, Newton Conover 7, and Maiden 17, West Lincoln 3. In the SMAC Conference, it was Burns 52, Drone 15, Crest 35, East Rutherford 14, Chase 40, Kings Mountain 28, RS Central 35, East Burke 6. In the Big South 2A, 3A, it was South Point 55, Lake Norman Charter 0, Ashbrook 34, Forest View 31, East Gaston 28, North Gaston 27. In the North Piedmont 3A, 4A, it was Mooresville 56, West Iredell 0. It was Lake Norman 34, North Lincoln 14, South Iredell 34, Alexander Central 7, Statesville 35, North Iredell 21. In the Northwestern 3A, 4A, it was Freedom over High Brighton 42-35, Watauga defeated Patton 24-20, Hickory over Fred T. Ford 47-0, and South Caldwell over St. Stephen's 44-0. And now back to the guys in the studio.
Your sports leader is Big O Country, 1390 AM WHS in Shelby, 1590 AM WCSL, Cherville Gastonia, 1050 AM WLON Lincoln, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Marburger postgame show. I'm Dennis Davis, along with
Lewis Carpenter.
Lewis?
I think.
Well, after tonight, I don't know.
I don't either. Anyhow, we're going to go over the games for next week,
Sure.
and we'll do a little predicting here. We used to do this way back, but we ain't done it in a
back
while.
in the old days.
Yeah,
back when we was
Bessemer
younger.
City at Highland.
Ooh, I'm going to have to go with the Yellow Jackets. They stinging pretty strong.
I are too. Community School of Davidson at Cherville.
Now, hey, this community school of Davidson, I really don't know squat about them.
I don't either.
But they've been winning some games lately, Lewis.
Well, few.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out on the limb and make Terry Reinhardt really mad. I'm going to pick Community School of Davidson.
Well, I think I'm going with Cherville on this one.
Okay.
Pine Lake Prep at Thomas Jefferson. I can tell you who I'm taking there. I've seen Pine Lake Prep.
Can they both lose?
I've seen Pine Lake Prep.
Well, I haven't seen either one of them. And hope I don't get to see the one of them anytime soon. But I'll have to go with the Fighting Dan Griffons.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson definitely. They'll beat Pine Lake. Bandies at West Lincoln.
Ooh,
good one. Good.
I'm going to go with the Rebels.
I am too.
Yeah,
at home. I sure am.
This is for you, Terry Reinhardt. I'm going with
Bunker
the Rebels.
Hill at Newton Conover.
Bunker Hill.
Yeah, I'll go with that too.
Terry's giving me the nod. That's a lock right there.
Lincolnton at West Caldwell.
West Caldwell. I just got you, Terry. I just got you, man. He's about to choke over there.
I thought because West Caldwell hadn't won a ball game.
I know.
I'm going with Lincolnton.
Yeah,
and he is too. Now here's one we can pick.
Yeah,
and Butch will probably call me again. Maiden at East Lincoln.
I'm going with Maiden.
I am too. I think
not because Butch called tonight.
No, I think they're going to be better because I didn't. When I said that, I wasn't thinking about Maiden, but Maiden's got a good football.
Here's my thinking on that. They had a little mental setback this week.
That's true.
And when they play a quality opponent, and it's on the line, there's pressure that comes with them because of that record that they have now with those forfeits that they know we gotta win, we gotta win, we gotta win. And Maiden will take advantage of that.
Maiden's got a good ball club. There's no doubt about that. All right, we're in South Mountain. We got Burns at Crest. Hello.
You had to ask.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to take Burns.
Well, be that way,
You can
Lewis.
take Crest.
I'll take Crest.
All right, Chase at East Burke.
I'm going to Chase.
Chase.
Yeah.
Shelby at Drone.
I'm going Steve, I'm definitely with the Lions.
Golden Lions. So I go with that. East Rutherford at RS Central. Ooh, ought to be a pretty good ball game.
Ooh. Both those teams gave Crest fits.
Yeah, they did.
That's going to be one of them county games, but over in the other county. I don't know who the biggest midget over there is, but we're going to find out next week, and I think it's going to be East Rutherford.
I'm going with East Rutherford. Big South.
Yeah.
Ashbrook at Lake Norman Charter. I know who I'm picking there.
I'm going with the Green Wave. The lake is going to have a wave hitting
there
next
you
week.
go.
It may be a tidal wave.
Well, it might be. And East Gasson's open, so they're safe.
I don't know about that, Lewis.
Well, they won tonight.
This may be the week at open wins.
They won tonight.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did. Huss at Forest View. I know.
Karan Moore.
Yep.
Carry on, Moore. Carry on.
Did you read that quote that Steve had in the paper?
No.
Steve Gardner's got a quote in the paper. Phil Gardner quote, or whoever quoted him says, they said it. And this is a quote from Steve.
I don't read the Ramlo Star.
Okay, well, whatever. The Gastonia guess at it. They don't know it, they'll guess at it. Yeah. But anyhow, this is a quote from Steve Gardner. I think he's running with a chip on his shoulder because he hasn't had a senior year like he wants to have.
Oh, yeah.
And he's talking about Carry On Moore.
And that's why I'm thinking that now Forest View wouldn't surprise me if they won because if they can get their passing game going.
Right.
But I think Hunter Huss and Coach Gardner is due, and this is their playoff championship game right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Huss too in this one. I wouldn't have picked that. I'd have gone the other way, but
and
I'm
Carry On.
go with Huss.
You called the show one time. That's why I'm going with
Terry
you guys.
said no.
Yeah.
All right, South Point at North Gaston.
Let
Need
me
we
think
say
about
more?
this. Red Bone versus the
Blackbone.
I'm going with the Raiders.
I am too. South Point, no doubt.
You think that's good, Terry? Yeah. Terry says. Terry finally gave me a
said that was a safe bet.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we got about 11 minutes left here.
We could have Terry come over here if he wanted to.
We could have Terry come
talk
over
a little
and sing the Star Spangled Banner. Or Terry could tell us about those 3 NC State quarterbacks that's playing in the NFL right now.
Yeah, Gannon didn't look too bad last night, Terry Glennon.
And Russell.
And we won't talk about...
Not Russell, what's his name? Russell Wilson. And then Phillip Rivers.
And I have to tell you, I work with a lady, Martha Noblet, huge Wolfpack fan. And I told her today that NC State is smarter than Carolina, Terry, because you kicked your players off campus and former players and told them not to come back. If we'd done that, we wouldn't have had all this trouble with the NCAA. So heads up to the Wolfpack. Don't come back. You get a diploma. We don't want to see you no more. Don't come back.
They didn't get a diploma, though. That's the whole problem.
Well,
that's the whole problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, we got some stats here. Of course, we mentioned that.
What's happening in Gaston County?
Cedric Mackey did the school record tonight at Bessemer City.
And who had it previously?
Shane Whitlock.
Okay.
I taught him too. He's good boy. Team statistics, and don't make fun of me because I can't say that word.
Statistics.
Thank you. That's like chicanery. Yeah. But anyhow, South Point, of course,
that would be a serendipitous comment.
Oh, Lord. Serendipitous.
Ting.
Woo, that sounds obscene. Oh, South Point is leading offensively, game category, 404 yards a game. And defensively, they are leading with 127 a game.
Mm-hmm.
So 9-0 would sound about right, huh?
Well, when you what is it they say about numbers? My old buddy Dean tells me
right.
that how is that he puts that?
Well, you can make numbers
liars figure and figures can lie.
Well, that's
how
true, but these don't lie because they're leading in offense and leading in defense, and that tells you something right
and
quick.
that's probably why they
their running back Bray has 1,187 yards.
That's their Shrine Bowl back too.
Shrine Bowl back, exactly.
He's. I've been hearing about this boy since he was a freshman, and he is good.
The
question is, where can he go to the next level and play at based on that offense? Can he be a regular type back, slot back?
I don't know. Have to wait and see.
We'll see.
Carry-on Moore's got over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Brooks at South Point has over 1,000 yards, so that's South Point with 2,000-yard runs.
Now, he's a quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah.
That option. He just keeps it.
I'll tell you what, they're pretty good with that.
And they got a good defense this year, too.
Yes, they do. South Point's got a very good football
That
team.
Davis boy down there, he'll put the smack on you.
Let's see. Southern District 7.
Yeah.
East Lincoln,
Yeah.
You know who's leading in rushing in the Southern District 7?
Let me guess. Is his last name Surratt?
No, I'm sorry. Team rushing.
Oh, team.
It's going to surprise me.
All right.
West Lincoln.
No.
320 yards a game, according to this.
They got to be doing something right, Lewis. They're pretty good this year.
Well, and Bunker Hill's averaging 289.
Mm-hmm.
Now, defense.
Yeah.
East Lincoln's got that one, 108.
Yeah.
And West Lincoln's 153.
Okay.
So they leading in offense, and they were 7-1 until tonight. So they're right in there in the ball game. Do you have any other thing you'd like to bring up?
I've got some stats for Cleveland
Go
County.
right ahead.
Contrary to popular belief in some areas, we do play a little football in Cleveland County.
Definitely.
Yeah. And as I was explaining to Keith earlier, Burns is having a pretty good year.
I would say it.
They're rushing for about 246 yards a game. They're passing for 163 yards a game. They're totaling 410 yards a game and 37 points a game, and that went up tonight. Yep. Now, Shelby, they're having a good year, too. They rushing for 138 yards. They're passing, Lewis, Shelby. When did you think you'd see Shelby passing for 238 yards a game?
I know.
376 yards total offense, averaging 38.8.
They changed completely because they used to be strictly a running team.
Now, Chris, here's where I'm going to show you a little contrast.
All right.
Crest, rushing, 267. They're the leading rushing team in all the county teams. Passing, they're averaging 58.5 yards a game.
That won't get it.
Like I told you, it ain't quite there. But watch them on the ground. They're averaging 325.5 yards a game for 36.6 points. Kings Mountain, you're going to see here again, folks, what happens to Kings Mountain this year. Only 156 yards rushing, 132 yards passing, 289 yards total, and they're scoring only 17.4 points a game.
There you go.
That's the tale of Kings Mountain. They can't get the ball in the end zone.
Right.
And on defense, Burns doing great. They only allow 92 yards rushing, 131 passing. They're only allowing 13 points a game. Crest, they're allowing 168 rushing, 123 passing, and they're allowing 18.6 a game. Shelby, not quite as good. They're allowing 202 rushing, 120 passing, and 22 points a game. Kings Mountain, once again, they're allowing 253 yards a game, 120 passing, and 35 points a game. That's why Kings Mountain's record is what it is.
Yeah, that is. That's tough. Well, I tell you what, we've about come to the end of the day here. We got about 5 minutes. Steve says, got anything fights.
Anybody want to call us? It's,
We about said all we got to say. We can run the scores one more time. What we got on the board here?
Go ahead.
Cherville 23-6 over Pine Lake Prep. It's East Lincoln over West Caldwell 68-7. East Gaston over North Gaston 28-27. Burns over Drawn 52-15. Lincolnton over Newton Conover 30-7. And Crest over East Rutherford 35-14.
All right. Now, we had Bessemer City Yellow Jackets tonight. Coach Boone, that was 40-21 over Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
Chase Trojans tonight, 40-28 over Kings Mountain. Lake Norman was victor tonight over North Lincoln, 34-14. And in a heart stopper tonight, we heard here, it was Ashbrook 34, Forest View 31.
Right.
Now, in a less of a heart attack, it was Community School of Davidson 42, Highland Tech 6.
And here's a good ball game.
Oh, right here. Maiden 17, West Lincoln 3. Sorry, Terry. And it was no surprise that South Point beat Lake Norman Charter tonight. The surprise is they only scored 55 points while Lake Norman Charter got 0.
That's a surprise.
RS Central and East Burke tonight, Lewis. RS 35, East Burke 6. I think they're going to regret the day that they built 2 new high schools in Burke County.
They might.
And split those teams. East Burke has got a great facility up there. Jim Roark, good coach up there. They just don't have the population to field a good football team, and they're paying the price here.
Because they split it up between these other two.
Yeah, Drone, Patton, Freedom, all those teams suffered. They had 2 strong 4A teams. Now they got some weaky 2As and not doing too good. Give the rest of those scores, Lewis.
All righty. Mooresville 56 over West Iredell. I believe you said the coach at Mooresville got his 200th win. Hal Capps. Okay. And South Iredell over Alexander Central 34-7. Statesville 35, North Iredell 21. Was Highbrighton 35. They lost to Freedom 42-35.
That's
Freedom
a little
over
bit of
Highbrighton.
an upset, Lewis, because
it was.
Highbrighton
was undefeated.
And ranked very well among the 3A schools, looking to be a big winner in the playoffs. Freedom knocked them off tonight.
Sure did.
Kudos to Freedom.
Sure did. Watauga over Patton 24-20. Watauga's coming back this year. They're playing better football.
Well, it was Patton.
Yeah. And Hickory 47, Fred T. Ford nothing. South Caldwell 44 and St. Stephen 0. And this one still, the score here still surprises me.
Now, what surprises you about it?
Well, the how big it was. And Terry said that Bandy's has beat Bunker Hill for 10 straight times at Bandy's. This is the first time in 20 years they won at Bandy's, and they won convincingly 34-6.
Well, folks, we're going to invite you to call us back next week, and
yes, sir.
All you Burns fans and Crest fans and
Absolutely.
Shelby fans and Lincoln fans,
Bessemer City fans, West Lincoln fans, whoever,
we'll be right here next week. Bring it. We can take it. We'll also be giving it. So until next week.
We'll see you next week, folks.
Loose.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
We'll be right here.
There you go.